3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned in here to Speedrun Ragnarok 2023. Right now, we are going to have a run of Cassette Beasts, 80% seeded by Rujasu, and I will have Rujasu explain what exactly that means. But before we get started, I think I have some bid wars that I'm going to need to give you some final tallies on. Is that correct?
Yeah. Let me actually get the seed put in for this game, and then we can get going with that. So I'm just plugging in a predetermined seed that we've routed, and I will press start here. And yeah, let's see who won.
All right, I'm pulling up the final tally now. Give me just a few seconds. Okay. As far as what you are going to name the character, the winning amount was $40, and that was for Take This. So it'll be Take This, two separate words, capital T's, and then an exclamation point after this. And then I really don't think there was any doubt about the pronouns for your character. All but 5 of the $115 that was donated toward this incentive went to she, her. So that is, it looks like that's where it is going to stay. One thing that I do want to... Oh, shoot. Hold on a second. I want to talk about the incentives. So the incentive to fight the hero of another story is at 55 out of $150. So we still got some room to go there. During the Monster Sanctuary run, the what is it? To meet Barkley or hook up with Barkley or whatnot. That was already met, so you know from the jump that you will be doing that.
Excellent. Thank you so much for getting that incentive met already. Happy to see it. Ready to go. I will kick things off here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. So this is Cassette Beasts. It is a monster collecting RPG that came out this year. It is a lot of fun. It has an incredible soundtrack. It has lots of fun 80s references. We're going to very quickly get in our first battle here and meet up with our first partner, who is Kaylee. I have to remember to select Sweet there. That's somewhat important. And this is just a quick tutorial battle. All we have to do is hit it once and fight's over. I do want to note here at the beginning, I am playing this game downpatched to version 1.2, and I am playing with a photosensitivity mod installed so that some of the static effects that you usually see in this game are not going to appear. Some people have complained about, that possibly triggering seizures, so there is a mod for photosensitivity. So I have that active for this run. It doesn't throw off much of the run, but there is one fight at the beginning that acts a little wonky with the photosensitivity mod, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this game is sort of similar to like Pokemon or Shin Megami Tensei, that sort of thing. You, instead of like hunting monsters or collecting them, capturing them, you record them on cassette, and then you're able to transform into them.
Hey.
And instead of just being solo, you do have a second party member. You can only have a party of 2, but you get a partner, and yes, that's partner in multiple senses of the word. You can date all of the partners, well, all but one of the partners in this game. We won't be doing any of that because it takes time, too much time for the speed run, but it's a cool thing that can happen. The characters in this game are very queer. You know, like you saw at the beginning, you can be he, him, she, her, they, them. There's lots of mods for this game. You can get a mod to enable additional pronouns besides those 3 if you want. You can get a mod that enables polyamory if you want to date more than one partner. Yeah, this game has a lot of cool stuff, and it has it's very friendly to modding, speedrunning, and all that cool stuff. I'm going to pick up some safety rewinds here. I don't think I'll need any of them, but it can't hurt.
Okay, so I've got some questions.
All right.
So the first is, as far as having characters that you can date, is there any actual benefit in the game to having someone that you date? Like, does it change your stats? Do you get access to things that you wouldn't otherwise because you're dating someone? Does it work like that at all?
So there are benefits to kind of raising the relationship meter with someone, but whether you become romantically involved with them or not does not affect anything. So you can be just friends with everybody and still, you know, get just as good as stats. Yeah.
Okay. Now, as we were talking about in the very beginning, the specific category that you're running here, it's any % seeded, and you were deliberately put in a specific seed at the beginning. First question is, what do the seeds change as far as the RNG or the experience of a playthrough of the game?
So, for this run, the seed is affecting, it's affecting what things like what items are in chests. You see I went out of my way there to get a chest because I knew it would have an important item for me. Think what things are in chests, what moves your monsters start out with. It has a little bit of an effect on how certain boss battles will play out. Things like that. It's also possible to fully randomize aspects of this game, like what monsters you start with, what monsters you face, what element types they are. You can, like, really randomize this game heavily. But we're not doing any of that here. We're just playing kind of the vanilla game with a specific seed that allows us to get items from chests. Like here you see I'm going to go out of my way for another chest here. And
that was going to be my next question, was what is it about this seed, this specific seed, that makes it so beneficial for speedrunning it?
Right. Yeah, so some of the items that we find will allow us to basically cheese all of the end game bosses. You'll see more about that later, but you get certain moves that sort of pull off a combo that just, like, will not one-shot, but close to one-shot some of these later bosses. So here we have Morgante, who's the first Archangel fight. This battle's kind of scripted, because we're still kind of in tutorial mode here, but there are a few things I can do to speed this fight up a little bit. She has exactly 19 HP, and our attacks hit for 1 damage right now, so Like, you saw I attempted to flee there because that's faster than attacking. Attempt to flee, and Sonic Boom, because that's just a fast attack here. And then here, we're going to have our first fusion of the game, so you can fuse with your partner. And so your monsters kind of combine into like a Megazord type deal here. And it gives you a little tutorial on that. So I'm going to use Spit here. This Spit ability is also part of the reason that I'm using this seed. Normally Spit is just a basic attack that attacks once, but this Spit has a high chance to do a double attack. So that's helpful for obvious reasons, but also for some of the cheese stuff that we'll be seeing later. So were there any other questions you had?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Well, one thing I just wanted to comment on was when you were talking to this this archangel here, the font for how they were speaking is very reminiscent of what you saw on like the camcorder or the VHS recordings from this era, which I remember well.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to ask about is, actually, I had the same question about the run before this. I noticed that there is an in-game timer running in the corner. Are you running it on like some sort of like time attack or speed run mode? And that's what that timer's all about?
Yeah, there is a setting in the menu that is just speedrun timer. It's sort of activated after you beat the game or enter a certain cheat code, but yeah, it's there for speedrunners because, as I said, this is a very speedrun friendly game. I will shout out Eugene, who we just saw there for a second. He only makes a cameo in this run, but he is one of the partners that you can get in this game, and sadly we don't do his quest in this game because his quest is awesome. It is a quest where you go and fight zombie landowners. I really love that quest, and I would love to be able to do a speed run with that. Just haven't routed it yet. So this is a little cutscene here with Ianthe. It's possible to skip this cutscene and some of the cutscenes that are coming up later using a skip that was recently discovered. I'm not doing it in this run because, like I said, I'm using an older route and I haven't really gotten to marathon consistency level with that strat yet, but it's one that I'm really excited to start using more in the future. So we're going to go in here and chat with Ianthe, who is the leader of the Ranger Captains. That's another plot thing that we're not really going to delve into in this run. You fight all the Ranger Captains, and you can become a Ranger Captain, but you don't actually need to become a Ranger Captain to beat the main storyline of the game. So we just don't do any of that. We just ignore that part entirely. I got in a battle here that I didn't want to. That just happens in this run. You hopefully can run away from them. I need to menu here, actually, before I forget. So I'm just lowering the difficulty here, and let's see, to replace this with this. We'll need that Zephyr in just a minute, and okay, I need to recycle this. I'll need that currency a little later. So this is Meredith, who is another one of our partners. We'll be using her a bit later. Meredith's super cool. All the partners are, really. I love all the partners in this game. So I have this barrel here for a puzzle that's coming up. There's a lot of fun overworld platforming and puzzles in between the, RPG fighting. Oh, speaking of partners, here's yet another partner. This is Felix. And we'll be using him and his starting monster to cheese some fights a little later on. He's just going to wander back to town, but we'll get him a little later. So yeah, we're going to run over here and we are going to catch a Bulletino, because Bulletino gives us a special move that helps us go fast, and speed run, we want to go fast, so we want this. So to record, we just use a tape, and this is why I equipped Zephyr, because Zephyr is very good against Bulletino. So, just going to wait here and record this. Yeah, any other questions or anything else you wanted to talk about?
Well, I do want to ask a question of the chat. Would you like to see... what is it here? Would you like to see Rujasu fight the hero of another story? If you would, then that is a donation incentive that still needs to be met. It has $55. It needs $150, so $95 to go in order to meet that incentive. If you just use the donate command in chat, that will allow you to get your donation in, as well as apply that incentive accordingly. Also, with the beginning of this game, there are a whole bunch more incentives that started up for some runs that are happening tomorrow. Let's start with just the next two that are going to be coming up for tomorrow. For the Zelda 1 randomizer, there are some file names that you can choose from. Your choices there are Take This, Gamelon, Excuse Me, Valk, and Bear. And then for the Lena's Inception run, there is a bid war for the art style in the game. You can either do the 8-bit art or the 32-bit art. So that sounds like a pretty cool choice. So those are some choices for you as well. If you want to make a donation for any or all of those things and have your money go towards that, by all means, I would love to read that donation here during this run.
Thank you for that. So yeah, the hero of another story, since I know some people have asked about that, that will involve doing an optional post-game boss, and I'm not going to say specifically what that boss is, but I will say that it features a character from one of the runs that is featured coming up in this event. So if you want to find out about that and see it, be sure to donate for that.
Some added intrigue. I like it.
So I'm going over here and talking to this magic crab. This is kind of a safety strat that I'm doing. Just unlocking fast travel here. I'm about to do some weird stuff with magnets here. And magnets are kind of unpredictable, so if something goes wrong here, I can just fast travel back to that mall that I was in, and I can just try again. Usually I'm pretty good at this now. I used to be a lot... It used to be really difficult for me, and it was really, inconsistent, but there is a technique to it that you can kind of figure out. So I got the magnetism ability, and I got this magnet, and I'm going to use magnets to fly. Why does that work? I don't know, but you can use magnets to fly in this game. You can just stand on them and use your magnetism ability, and you just take off. In what direction? Who knows? But you will take off in some direction and up. And hopefully it's in a good direction. This magnet has been very nice to me so far, but still have to get up this mountain right here. And you see it kind of yeeted me off to the right there. I don't want it to go right. I want it to go straight directly up. That's close enough. And I can just go over here, dash up. Just made it. Okay. So I can now teleport back to the cafe. And all I did there was just go into that building there so that I can teleport there later. Because it's hard to get to, and I just, I'll need to get there later.
Oh.
So I'm going to chat with Meredith here.
Okay.
We're not actually going to get her yet, but this advances her quest line a bit. This game is just full of side quests, most of which we're not doing for this run, but lots of cool side quests, and just like, this is one of those games that like 80% of the content is like side content. So if you just want to kind of zerg to the end like we're doing, you know, you can do that like relatively quickly, but a lot of the fun in this game is doing the just additional content that you're not really going to see here, but you'll see in a casual play. So I just did some stuff to get over to the western part of town. I recycled that thing earlier so that I could buy glass camouflage here. And we're going to go visit Felix. And Felix is going to allow us to kind of break the combat in this game using a status called Resonance. So Felix is going to talk about his little animation device here,
Cool.
and he's going to join up. He has a whole quest line that, again, it's a really cool quest line. We're just not doing it here. It involves him having to track down and fight a regrettable OC that he created earlier in his life. So that's a lot of fun. Again, you should really check this game out, like, casually. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, we're going to do some menuing here to set up the kind of shenanigans here. So I need custom starter here. And so this is going to cause a bunch of things to happen at the beginning of battle before we even take a turn that are going to give the enemy like resonance. So resonance is a very simple status. If you get 3 stacks of resonance, you lose all your HP. It's just like insta-kill. So that's what we want to do here. So we want to turn this enemy to glass, give it resonance, and then give it 2 more stacks of resonance by spitting on it. So you're going to see that here. We're going to use paint swipe to turn it to glass. And then Sirenade here is going to use spit. And then we're going to attack it one more time here. So I'll use glass camouflage and quick smack to take it out before it can do anything. By the way, I didn't talk about the monster names, but the monster names are all like portmanteaus. So like we have Brushroom, which is a paintbrushing mushroom, and Sirenade, which is a sirenade, or siren who serenades. So we insta-killed the Mega Gelatin there, but it divided into 2, so we have to take out these 2 now. This fight is a lot harder in the current patch of the game. They just kind of buffed it. I'll need to use Sonic Boom here. So we need to beat this Mega Gelatin. That's unfortunate. That means I'll have to go back to town and rest. But that's fine. So I beat that. I won that battle so that I can do this other battle where I'm going to fight a Jumpkin and unlock Vine Ball, which, whereas Brushroom breaks combat, this ability that I'm going to get here breaks movement. So I need Dominoth and Boltum here. So I need to record Jumpkin here. This is pretty much an optimal fight because I'm up against just a Jumpkin with no... he doesn't have any friends. And I have a Tree Bark Tape, which is strong for recording plant-type enemies. It's very important that we got that Tree Bark Tape, because if you try to do this with a basic tape, your percentage chance of recording the monster is like super, super low.
Yo, Moonblaze coming in with the sizable raid. Thank you very much for that. Everyone coming up from Moonblaze Wolf stream. You are watching Speedrun Ragnarok 2023. It is the annual flagship marathon for the RPG Valkyries, and they are raising money for Take This, which is an incredibly worthwhile cause. So if you want to check out what's going on, right now we have Rujasu. They're running Cassette Beasts, and we're maybe about, what would you say, about a third of the way through the run right now. So you are in for a whole bunch more content, and you also have some donation incentives if you would like to make a donation. In fact, you could even donate for something going on here in this run if you want to see some extra post-game content. There is that going on as well. So welcome in, get cozy, enjoy the run, and donate if you feel so inclined.
What?
So we have a boss fight here. This one's going to be really quick, even though I just raised the difficulty and it's level 50. We don't care that it's level 50 because it's not going to take a turn. So again, we turn it to glass, spit on it a couple of times. It gets 2 stacks of resonance, and then we'll use Quick Smack to give it a 3rd. And it's done for. And we gain just all the levels. So we want to gain those levels because we need to be level 15 to unlock Kaylee's quest line, which is coming up in a few minutes. But before that, we're going to do Meredith's quest line.
Oh.
So this is going to be the last time we see Felix for this run. He doesn't really, we don't really need him anymore, so we're going to just give him a monster that we don't care about. Not Kaylee, not yet. Meredith is who we want. Meredith is down here. So Meredith, she really wants to find this one album that she's been looking for, and so we're gonna go in a dungeon to find the album for her. And that dungeon is a destroyed mall, basically. So I'm just gonna set up the glitch, not glitch, but set up the combo a little bit differently here because this is going to be another scripted fight. So basically each partner has a scripted fight where you fuse with them to unlock fusion. And I'm just reloading because we're going to skip this whole dungeon by using the Vine Ball. You're supposed to have to, go do, a 10-minute dungeon here, and I just used that Vine Ball to get to a place that I'm not supposed to be able to get to.
What? Huh?
So we just get to skip straight to the boss. And that's fun. So we got another boss here. Like I said, this is going to be a scripted battle, so it's going to be a little slow, but it's just going to be a little slower, but just kind of a different spin on, you know, what we've been doing for these last couple of fights. Another thing you'll notice here is that when there's whenever you fuse with your partner, the vocals for the music kick in. Just forgot what move I had to use there. Anyway. So I set that up so that it would only put 2 stacks of resonance there because I can't kill the enemy too early because that scripted fusion had to happen. Anyway, quick smacked, and it's over. So after this fight, we
did it.
We're going to have a little bit of an awkward conversation with Meredith about how it was her first time fusing, and you know, she's embarrassed and all that stuff, and it's all kind of funny. You'll hear that here. And we get to listen to the album. You can't really hear the album, but this track, I've listened to it on the soundtrack, and it's actually hilarious. But anyway, we're kind of done with Meredith here, so we're gonna switch back to Kaylee.
Right.
Have to do a couple other things here. I have to buy coffee, because coffee is important in this game. You gotta have your iced lattes. We also want to lower the difficulty back down to boring. And let's see. We're going to the Ranger Outpost here. And we're going to run over here. We're going to get into an overworld fight here because plot reasons. We're actually going to discover that Kaylee was sort of the second in command of a cult. So, there's that. I didn't do this right. I'm just gonna flee, because I'm not sure how to do this fight otherwise. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I know how I was supposed to do it, but oh well. This won't cost me very much time. So I need to swap this in, and I'll just head back over. If there's anything you need to talk about, go ahead.
I would like to talk about some donations, but I would like those need to come in first, so we can... Well, let's talk about what's coming up tomorrow, because this is the last run for the night. Once Rujasu is done with the game, and then whatever post... let me ask this before we go on. Barkley, the dog that you are going to be befriending, is that during the run or after?
That is during the run. I could do it after, like if it hadn't been met early enough, but it's going to be during the run, toward the end of it.
Okay, very good. And then what about fighting the hero of another story? Is that during or after?
That's after the run, so you still have a little bit of time for that, but...
Okay. That needs $95 more. So if you want to see Rujasu fight a hero of another story, you don't have a whole lot of time to waste. You want to get those donations in now. Now, like I said, we'll be wrapping up for the night after this run and all of its content is done. And then tomorrow, what we've got is as follows. We have got a run of Zelda 2, 100% all keys 1 credit clear. That's going to be done by Ice Blue, who is an extremely skilled runner of that game. After that, we have a run of Firebam by Flannel Cat, which I can personally attest to just how much of a video game that is. That's going to be very interesting, I promise. And then after that is going to be a Zelda 1 randomizer race between Damarine and Starman. And you know that's going to be fun. And that one actually has a donation incentive, or a bid war, I should say, for the file names. So if you would like to choose from a few different file names to assign to what they're going to be doing there, then you can do that as well. And then that will be followed by a run of Lena's Inception by Linkemeister. But that's just the first part of the dam. I could keep going on with everything that's going on there, but maybe I'll save that for a little later. But that's what you get to look forward to tomorrow morning / early afternoon, depending on where you are.
So this fight in the past was very tricky, but with this setup, it kind of works out just right that this one's pretty quick too. I will say I'm just kind of cruising through all these boss fights. If the Hero of Another Story boss is unlocked, I will not cheese that fight with the Resonance trick. I will find another more exciting way to fight that. So if you want to see me like actually fighting a boss battle rather than just cheesing it, yeah. So we beat Papatox, which is just another Archangel. And I'm going around taking out these Archangels, basically, because we need to beat a certain number of Archangels to sort of unlock the end game. It doesn't matter which Archangels we beat, we just have to beat, like, 4 of them. And we've actually changed a few different times which Archangels we fight, because certain ones are faster than others, and, you know, we keep finding strats that, you know, one of them that was slow before, we find new skips, so it's fast. So, like, the route that I'm doing right now, as I said, it's kind of an older route that doesn't involve all of the skips, so there's a route now that's even faster. Like, I'm about 35 minutes into this, and the current world record, I believe, is actually done now. It's like 33 minutes. So if you think this run is kind of frantic,
Hello.
So this woman is very friendly, and she is evil because she just got me there. I'm supposed to be able to skip her, but every once in a while she gets me, and I have to fight an extra fight here. I think I'm just gonna fight it, and it should be fine. It's just gonna take me a little bit. Okay. So, paint swipe. Sure. Hate having to, you know, actually fight battles in this game. And that one was a little more challenging because, you know, that random encounter just had like 2 phases to it, and my whole setup is optimized for things that just have 1 phase with a whole bunch of hit points.
The serpent god awaits us, baby!
And there's the best voice acting line in the game.
Kaylee, honey!
Sorry.
Jacqueline?
Yes.
See ya!
So yeah, this guy's the cult leader, and he found an archangel underground, and as you might guess, that is not going to end super well for him. So we're gonna see in a second here. He's gonna, you know, try and worship this archangel, and yeah, not working out so well for him. But this fight's gonna go like all the other ones did. Paint swipe, resonance, game over. So we're gonna get a few cutscenes here, and then since we got the incentive met, we're gonna go meet
Sorry,
Barkley here in a
sorry.
minute.
Yeah. So tell us about Barkley.
So Barkley's a dog.
Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah, Barkley is kind of one of the partners you can get. So one of your partners is a dog. Like I said, you can date all but one of your partners because, you know, one of them's a dog.
Okay,
I'm gonna do a little glitch here. At least I'm gonna try to, and yeah, just that. You vine ball up there, and it warps you back to the town. I wasn't opening the menu there for the glitch. I was opening the menu because my controller's bound a little funny, and the menu button is actually on like the L3 button, so I was just trying to move around and accidentally hitting the L3. But that's okay. But yeah, Barkley is awesome. We're going to see him in a minute. He's a dog, and his starting monster is also a dog. And he's kind of just a dog, really. I mean, what more do you want to say about him? He's a real good dog.
I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said. That is the critical information we needed.
Mighty
Thank you.
lucky. Well.
Barkley is a very good boy.
Naturally.
So here we get some exposition about the Amber Lounge, I think it's called. I don't really care. It's the main story of this game is not important. You're not really missing much in the text that I'm mashing through.
Take care.
Yeah. So that cutscene kind of unlocks
Oh.
the
Right.
end game here. Okay. So Gonna take a little bit of a detour here to go meet up with Barkley. So I'm just kind of jumping down to the bottom of the mountain here. So usually the way you get up this mountain is not by jumping on top of a magnet and flying on it. Usually you start down here at the bottom. And I'm just gonna swap Jumpkin onto Kaylee, because we'll need Sirenade. So you talk to Barkley, and he's very friendly, but he wants to go up the mountain. So you need Vine Ball for this part. You use Vine Ball to go up the mountain.
Oh, he's got the balloon.
Yep, and it turns out he didn't really need our help climbing up. He just...
right?
Yeah.
He just wanted to make sure you could do it too. What a good boy.
He just wanted a friend. Like, that's literally what the text there said. He just wanted a friend to go up here.
Hell yeah.
So we fight a little battle here, and we do a fusion. Okay. And I don't do anything here. I swap in Sirenade here. And again, this is a scripted battle, so I'm slow rolling it kind of on purpose here. So there's a little bit of a sad story here. You'll see once we win this battle. Part of the reason that Barkley wanted to come up here is, yeah, his old owner. So we help Barkley bury his previous owner, and he comes along with us now.
Oh, that is really sad.
It is sad, but it's good that we were able to find him and, you know,
Yes.
help
Give
him
Barkley
get some closure. and
Give Barkley the closure that he needed, certainly, yes.
So we're gonna take Barkley here to the end game. So in the normal run, we'd be taking Kaylee, but we got Barkley, and he's going to help us out here. So we find this mirror here. One of the biggest benefits of doing the seeded route is just knowing where this mirror is going to be. That mirror can be basically anywhere on the map. There's a set list of locations, but it can be anywhere, and the ritual to make it appear can be any number of things. So, because we're on a seed, we don't need to look at the clues that the song gives us or any of that. We just know where the mirror is, and we're in the final dungeon already. So the final dungeon is Nightbridge's station, and it's it has a whole bunch of stuff going on that if I can be good at this game, we will skip all of it. Vine Ball skips are a little tricky sometimes, but I got it. And I mostly got it. There we go. So I got behind the door there.
Hey. Hey.
So Kaylee and Meredith show up to join us. Felix does not, because we didn't get his friendship meter high enough. But so here's Aleph, who you notice he shows up whenever there's an archangel. He's kind of the end villain here. And, he's got this whole villainous plot to take over all the parallel universes and blah blah blah. You know, insert over-the-top villain speech here. So, this is going to be another easy fight, but of course this is, you know, he's the final boss, so this is phase 1. So, do our usual glass camo, quick smack, and that'll be phase 1.
Right.
So of course, she's got another phase. So we get to jump on this train here and have a climactic end battle on a train. And it turns out Aleph can do fusion too. So, yeah, this battle is going to be pretty quick too. If you want Hero of Another Story to happen, you're going to need to get those donations in ASAP, because this train's coming to a halt pretty soon.
All right, you heard them. We need $95 more in order to make that happen. So, if this is something you would like, get those donations in right now.
Sonic. So you see Kaylee and Meredith are kind of just computer controlled here, but they don't really have a meaningful effect on the fight. So, yeah, so Aleph breaks our cassette player, and the cassette player is how we transform and everything, so we're done. We can't do anything now. We lost. But remember Morgante from the beginning of the game?
Wake up.
Yeah. She shows up, and we're all gonna fuse with her.
Even Barkley does too. That's awesome.
Yep. So we're gonna do the most powerful thing we can do here, which is drink coffee. So drinking these iced lattes just boosts our ability points, so we can do like sort of an ultimate move here, and that ultimate move here is going to be Coda Morgana, which, yeah, it's pretty powerful.
I see.
So that was the final boss battle. Time's going to be coming up in like less than a minute.
Was that 130,000 damage?
That was like 513 like million or so. I didn't count, but it was a lot of damage.
I missed a couple numbers, I guess.
Yeah, and like normal attacks in this game do like, you know, 10, 20 damage.
Brilliant.
Alright, time's coming up. Time.
Well.
Alright, GG's.
So, that was Cassette Beasts, any percent seeded. So I'm just gonna let the credits play out here. Yeah.
Don't you forget about me.
This has been my first time running this at a marathon. And yeah, this is a
The
game
future
that
has
I've
always been
really
ours for the taking.
enjoyed playing, enjoyed running. It's my favorite game that came out this year.
Are you ready?
I love the soundtrack, even just listening to it when I'm not playing. Just having an absolute blast with this game. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'll give shout outs to the speedrunning community for this game. They've been doing a lot of work to come up with just all sorts of incredible strats. You know, that's been more the other runners, really. I kind of just run this and, take all their hard work. And but yeah, they've all been really friendly and really helpful, and really appreciated it. I'll also give a shout out to Flannel Cat, because I started playing this game because I saw her streaming it. So, yeah. And of course to the Valkyries for putting on such an awesome event every year.
Very cool. Well, thank you for running it for us. It's definitely a cool looking game. I do want to let you know that unfortunately we did not get any donations in to move the needle on that incentive to that that final donation incentive. So that will not be happening, but maybe in a future marathon we'll be able to show that off. So yeah, alrighty. Well, that is going to do it for Speedrun Ragnarok for tonight. But do not worry, this is just day one of a week-long event. It'll be going on all throughout the week, wrapping up on Saturday. I believe that's the 4th. So, yeah, and like we were talking about before, there are plenty of cool runs that you get to look forward to tomorrow morning, and honestly all throughout the day. And you'll be able to do your donations for incentives and bid wars for those right off the bat when we resume. And that should be around... Standby. Yeah, so the first run tomorrow is scheduled to take place shortly after 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So, not too... just about 9 hours from now, I guess, if I'm doing that math right. Not too far from after that. So yeah, I am going to hand it on over to our restream. I don't know if they have intentions of rating someone, but if they do, then we'll go ahead and let them do that. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I am your host, Vonnie Vaughn. Appreciate all of you being here tonight and all your donations, and look forward to seeing you all throughout the week. And until I do see you again, take care, everyone.